What's up, YouTube? Today I would like to teach you how to solve a Rubik's Cube visually on these bad boys. So yeah, let's get to it. I'll try to do it as fast as possible. I used to be able to do it a lot quicker, but I haven't Rubik's Cubed in a while. But I can still teach you how to solve it visually, and it'll be a lot easier for all you visual people out there. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to find a cooler background to Rubik's Cube on. Let's get started. So, check this out. This is our Rubik's Cube. I'm going to just mix this up a little bit here for ya. And then, if you want to learn it the algorithm way, that's probably cooler. But that'll take you 6 hours. Hopefully, if you're a visual learner, this will take you a lot less time, and if it does, and if you're just starting, let me know how long it takes you to get it using the visual method, and post it in the comments below. So check this out. The first things that you need to know about the Rubik's Cube is that the center cube is always that side. So that's always going to be the white side, that's always going to be the blue side, and that's always going to be the orange side. So, for example, I'll take this piece that is white and put that next to the white piece and put that next to the green piece, and this piece is now in place. Same thing for these 3 colored pieces, except for those are on the edges. And how you solve the Rubik's Cube is in 3 layers. So the top layer, you start with the cross. We have to look for all the other white pieces to get them up here. So I like starting with pieces that are sticking out from the bottom, so like this piece and this piece. This is pretty easy. If you take the piece that you want, so we know this is the white side and that's the blue side, and then this piece would be the white and blue piece. This is the white and blue piece. So what you do is you take this white piece, you face it towards you, and then if you imagine this center column sliding down, you need to move the piece out of the way that you're trying to insert to the left or to the right, and then just move down that center column. Or you can think of it as both of these outside columns turning up, but it just makes more sense if you bring that center column down, keeping your top on the top. You insert that white piece, and then you bring it back up to the top. That's not always necessary because you can delete steps when you're trying to get faster and faster at it by noticing which turns that you don't actually have to do to complete the algorithms that already put the pieces in place. So now we're looking for these 2 extra white ones, and they're only going to be on these side edges because these are only 2 colored side edges pieces. So here's the red and white. So that's facing out again, and so I'm actually going to turn it back where it was, and tilt that center one down, and then insert that white one, and then bring that center column back up. And see how I now have 3. And so here's the last one. It's on the bottom, and that seems like it would be harder because you're like, well, that last algorithm is pretty easy. What do I do? You just turn it 180 degrees, and then that'll make it from the bottom up to the top, and then you got your cross, which is pretty sick. Alright, next you're going to look for your 3 colored pieces. And so I like picking pieces that are already, once again, sticking out towards you on this bottom row. Forget about the ones on the bottom or up top so far, because sometimes they, with the algorithms for this next step, sometimes they move from here to there on the bottom rung, so then you don't have to do extra work to get it down there. So this is orange, blue, and white, so I'll put that under the orange, blue, and white side. And then this is pretty easy. See how this is the white spot, and we're trying to get it on the top here. What you have to do is, now we're going to look at the cube on 3 axes. So face it towards you like this, and what I do is I hide the white, and then I bring down the opposite side, and then I just pick it back up. And see how now it's blue, white, and orange is now locked in place. And now we can see this top layer is all solved. I need to actually find an example for you of how it could go wrong, which is if this last piece is facing down, also, if you're trying to get really fast at Rubik's Cubes, there is a standard Rubik's Cube, and apparently there's one for like speed cubing. This one has really rusty springs in it, I can tell, and so it's harder to rotate. You can actually look up how to grease them and stuff if you have specific kinds. A couple people make them. So anyways, so we're trying to get this white, blue, and orange up into this spot, and see how it's facing down. If you come in, there's like I think a 1 in 4 chance for each of the 4 to present themselves like this. So what you would do is you would pretend this white one is right here and just hide it, and you can also do the inverse of any algorithm that I give you as well. But pretend like it's there, you hide it, and then you do the same insert move like what I was talking about. Then you bring it up and see how it's kind of righted itself a little bit. Now we bring the opposite side down like I was saying before, slide it out, and then now it's on the bottom rung facing out again. So now we know how to do it because that's so easy. Look at it like this, hide it, bring it down, and then bring it back up. So now we solved the top layer again. Alright, so now for the second layer. The reason why I was went over that one throw move twice is because it mimics the motion of the only algorithm that you have to learn on the second layer. So now on the second layer, you can see that the centers are already there, so we just have to focus on these corners. You line up, here's the blue and red corner, you line up the blue with the red underneath, and you move that away, down. Sorry, I'm trying to think of it, how I should explain this visually. You move the blue away from you just like you would if the white was facing that way. Then you turn it down to pick up that false white. Then you turn that over. And then this side that you turned over, you're gonna reveal, or you're gonna hide that white on that side. Only because you can pretty much visually see in 2 moves. You can slide this side down, capture it, and bring it back up, and now that blue and red piece is in its spot. So basically, you'll only have to do it on the left or right side, depending on how the pieces present itself. So you do have to learn the reflection of both of these algorithms. To refresh again, blue and orange. Under the orange, you line up that color. It needs to go here, so we turn it away from there. Push this side down, insert the false white, bring it up, hide that white, and then pick up the white again, and then the blue and orange, the blue and red. Now all we need is the red and green, and also the green and orange. Now see how this yellow and orange piece is up here? Sometimes you have to move these pieces down to the bottom row by doing the algorithm, but let's just try it this way first. We line up the red and the green. We do our same thing, and basically we're hoping that by putting this one here, we can put this one on the bottom row, and then we would avoid having to do extra algorithms. So green and red, move it away, bring that side down, scoop up the false white, pick it up, hide the white, bring the other side down, pick it back up again, and now we are left with green and orange, which is right here. So now we can just do the same thing. And just real quick, for demonstration purposes only, you can insert this blue and yellow one using that same technique right here. But I've tried to insert it right there and then solve the cube around with just this piece flipped around. But because of how mathematical the Rubik's Cube is, every piece has to be in its right spot to complete it.